All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I have Jason joining me tonight. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Glad to have. Well, you're on my channel this time. I think last time we both kind of cast off of both of our channels, but it's good to have you on
Yeah. Yeah.
my
Thank you.
channel, and I really enjoyed our first collab together. So I wanted to do this again.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So thanks for having me back.
If anybody missed, our last show would you like to briefly introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. Obviously, my name's Jason Tempinski. I do a lot. So I do QHHT hypnosis, quantum healing hypnosis. That's Dolores Cannon. I've been doing that for about 4 years now. Spiritual hypnosis, where you can access lifetimes, your higher self, guides, also just instantaneous healing as possible. And then I am psychic medium and also do other things with past life, soul, body healing, wellness type things. So
Cool.
That's it in a nutshell.
All right. All right. Well, everyone, we're going to be doing some personal mini reads tonight. So if you have any questions, go ahead and write them in all caps. A couple heart emojis. When I do personals, I don't do anything in a particular order. I kind of let spirit take the wheel and kind of lead to the questions that were meant to be asked for today. But I always tell people, even if we don't get to your questions, come in with an open mind, because the message for somebody else may really resonate with you or the question that you asked. It's just me starting questions today, so I'm going to do my best at keeping up with starring stuff. But if I miss your question, go ahead and you can keep putting it out there in the chat. We'll get to as many as possible. So, all right. Let me get some of these questions start up real quick. Ness posted a question. She says, life is chaotic and I'm tired. When do you see things calming down? 2 weeks from now, a month? Timing's always a bit hard to kind of pinpoint, but
yeah.
I'm feeling 2, but if maybe 2 months, within 2 months now is what I'm kind of feeling. Like October, end of September, October feels kind of good for me. Is there anything that you're picking up with that, Jason?
I mean, I know September is going to be pretty active.
Yeah.
There's so many things up in the air right now, spiritually and vibrationally and shifting and everything like that. I think it's really difficult just to give a concrete answer to that, because there's so many factors of where you are, what type of work you're doing, spiritual awareness. I mean, there's so many factors. So I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to calm down right away, but I know that, the next year or so is going to be interesting.
Yeah, universally, I think. And I agree with you. September feels pretty heavy universally worldwide. It feels very active. I agree with that statement. I asked the pendulum, and I'm like I said, the number 2 is kind of resonating really strongly, and I don't think it's 2 years. I think I'm getting more like 2 months, but it's also in 2 months, is everything going to be perfect? No, but it feels like this heaviness, feeling kind of stuck, and like the energy feels a little stagnant around you now. It feels like that starts to dissipate and things start to calm down a little bit. But October feels better to me than September. So hopefully that helps, Ness.
Yeah.
I was going to I should have asked before we went live, Jason. Is there anything that you don't care to read on? I personally, I'm not huge on health or, I don't do like stock questions or, financial.
Yeah. The window's kind of closed on financial outlook for just in general for readings for me, just because of everything that's going to be changing. So I don't, it's not that I don't want to, it's just there's just a lot of things going on again.
All right, but thank you for the question, Ness. Like I said, it feels like it doesn't feel like it's too far out there, so try to hang on. All right. Crazy Shark says, hi, Kevin, Jason. Do you see me buying or renting a new house over the next year? I do feel like eventually buy, but it feels like rent first is what I'm feeling. And I do feel like there may be a move within the next year is what I'm kind of picking up. It feels like buying is a couple years off still, Crazy Shark, like maybe 2 or 3 years, but it maybe renting a house, a new house in the meantime. Is there anything you're picking up with that, or?
The first card I pulled was just the potential card, which is the dormant volcano. So it's I think it's more being cautious than it is in terms of letting the volcano explode.
Right.
I mean, I think it's the acknowledgement. Well, it is the acknowledgement that the potential is there, but just doing it in a way that is not necessarily spontaneous, because things can get a little chaotic, obviously, with a volcano explosion. So I think that that's just kind of the general sense. So definitely yes, but just be wise about what you do and what you invest in.
And I feel like with that too, like the caution, I kind of feel like, and that feels more like with buying for me right now. Like it feels like in the next year or two, like the housing market kind of stabilizes a little bit. It's been a little bit overinflated, and some of the interest rates come down, so it's a little bit more affordable too. So
I'm not sure where that type of messages come in, but there will be some type of shift to where in the housing industry that will make housing more affordable for more people. How that manifests, I don't know, but that's kind of one of the messages I've gotten.
Okay.
Which is good news.
Yeah. I hope that helps, Crazy Shark. All right. Well, this is an interesting one. Jem says, feels like a new lease on life is coming soon. What do you think? I think right now it's, we kind of talked about it a little bit with I think the first question, like universally, things are a bit kind of crazy within the next year or two. But I do think it's a wonderful time. I think, so many people that I'm reading right now, it's really a transformational time, especially for a lot of us light workers in this community. It's like, people are manifesting, what they want in their lives and making that a reality. So many people that I'm reading, where before maybe they were working a job for the money, they just get this, they get the courage to start their own business. So it's a really exciting time, even though the energy is a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
People are letting go of the things that no longer serve them. And then, the things that they're happy or passionate about, they're really embracing it right now.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. It's people just collectors like getting rid of stuff. I mean, and it's not even it's this sudden motivation to clear out your life and makes things simpler, and it's part of like this whole transformation that's going on. And you know, the people that are kind of like on the spiritual quest and everything else, it's unknowingly just letting a bunch of material stuff go. And and that's the clutter's not just physical, it's also like doing the work of, you know, moving forward in life and things like that. And I and I've been you know, seeing a lot of people that it's like they're kind of in this place where it's they're not really sure what's lying ahead. And like people with successful businesses, things are slowing down. Like workers are leaving and they're like, what's going on? And then they're getting that little boost to go in a direction of something that they've always wanted to do, but they've never tried it out, but they don't trust it. So it's kind of, it's the sign of what's going on right now. And it's actually, there's a purpose behind it. So
yeah, absolutely. I threw a couple cards, Jem. And I do feel like for you, it does feel like it's a really exciting time. I get the Enchanted Forest card, which is all about mystery and excitement, magic. So with that magic, like I said, that manifesting kind of energy, and really with the Amethyst card, it's a time for transformation and really it developing like your intuition and you know, like and finding the confidence and trusting trusting yourself and your intuition, and then the sacred journey. So it's a new cycle for you, and it feels very exciting. Like I said, full of love and magic, mystery. I hope that resonates for you, Jem.
yeah, I kind of have these two. So I have stillness in one, solitude in the other. So just really like the trust that Kevin was talking about, just turning within, really kind of doing an inventory of what really matters to you, what makes you passionate and happy and successful. There is the Sun card. So that is validation that, you know, you, that's a big yes to your question in terms of what's going to be happening for you. So, but it is a matter of turning within and really trusting yourself and your guides and which direction you want to go.
I love that. And with the Sun, it feels like success and happiness.
Yeah. A new light on life instead of Lisa.
I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, please make sure to like and you know, please make sure if you're watching from my channel to go over to Jason's channel. I do have his channel link in the description box. It's Jason Tempinski, Discover Your Light. Is that right?
Yeah, it's just Discover Your Light is the
Discover Your Light. Okay.
handle.
And I have your website up there too if anybody
thank you.
looking to get a hold of you for a session.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pull this question up. I don't know if Roseanne's going to be really happy with it. She wants to know if she can heal her gallbladder on her own and avoid surgery. I don't think it's really. Oh, we lost Jason. So, Roseanne, I don't think it's really responsible for a psychic to tell you, you know, what kind of medical decisions to make for yourself. I really feel like that's a decision. Welcome back. That's a decision that you have to follow your gut with. Do I think it's possible? Yes, but I am always, you know, if you feel like, obviously, to make sure to get that taken care of, and if that means, you know, seeing a doctor, definitely. But it's interesting with the gallbladder because I've had my gallbladder removed and doing the Reiki healings. I do feel like this is my experience and some people that I've, you know, some clients that I've had. But the gallbladder is really interesting, and I feel like for a lot of us, it's a place that we kind of suppress trauma or like childhood trauma. And after a while, that can kind of, when we hold that in and we don't work through it, um, we repress it. I do feel like sometimes that gallbladder can act up. So I would say follow your gut. I do feel like you could kind of maybe work through some stuff to avoid surgery, but obviously, I think it's so important to go to your doctor, and we are not medical professionals here, so I don't know if that's anything that you're comfortable reading on.
Yeah, yes, this is not medical advice.
Right.
Just a whole precursor. Essentially, with the body, you just have to picture, I mean, everything that happens with the body are messages in some form or another, whether it be past life traumas or not being on your path and everything else. So it's really taking a look at the function of each organ, for example, and seeing what it does in your system, and then applying that to your life. So gallbladder, part of the digestive system, has to do with emotions, how we process, take in emotions. That's everything, all aspects of our digestive system has to do with that. So that's kind of your first clue. Gallbladder, helps to break down fats and different foods. So it's almost like, how are you not releasing particular emotional baggage in your life? And that might be one direction to go down, because it's, the fats are not necessary, but they are kind of, emotions are necessary, but holding on to emotions too much and not breaking them down and releasing them. And the breakdown might be just like, why am I feeling this way about X? So, if you do that type of work and you get to the core, you find out what that message is in your gallbladder, the healing is possible. So that's the short version.
And Earth Mama says that her friend just had gallbladder surgery. It was easy peasy. Yeah, same for me. It was a very short recovery. So
yeah,
I hope that helps Roseanne.
Yeah.
All right. Andrea, do you see me staying with my employer? I can go ahead.
Okay.
I do feel like, short term, I feel like there is a staying with her, but not too far out. And it feels like maybe even close to the end of this year, beginning of next year, there's heading into a different direction. But it feels like the direction that you're heading in, is one that lights that fire, that brings that excitement, that passion. I do get the tower, so it does feel like things are a bit shaky where they stand right now. But then it's like luck changes. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and it's a turning point. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles, which would be like a new job offer, new income coming in. And it feels like with the Queen of Cups here, it's something that I think you're going to be very satisfied with it. There's happiness, there's love at this new job. Like I said, it doesn't feel like it's quite yet. It doesn't feel like it's too far out in the future, but I do feel like there is a bit of a shakeup.
Yeah, the first card I pulled was so the Wolf Guardian, taking care of your needs. So you're asking the question, so obviously your needs aren't being met. So what does that mean? Which direction you need to go? This card usually signifies that a person's a healer. This also acknowledges that whether it feels like it or not, everything around you is being healed. So past relationships, past financial issues. So just there's an acknowledgement that that is happening for you, which I think in essence is a message of don't worry about the things that might be holding you back right now, because those are healing. So really tapping into what do you need in terms of what you do for work. And yet another healing card. So Crystal Skull, clarity, divine healing. So healing's all around you. Moving into a new energy. So the last one I pulled was community. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to tap into others for their guidance, and also to be willing to give their insights. This doesn't mean to give up your own, like, don't let people talk you out of going a certain direction. Make sure that it is all about your needs. And also, community might be a good way in order for you to reach out and find something that might be different. I don't know if you consider yourself a healer, but based on what Spirit's kind of saying, there might be a little something in that direction for you.
Love it. Yeah, and I think the healer kind of goes along with that Queen of Cups. To somebody that's intuitive, in touch with their emotions, that giver and caregiver. Yeah. So I hope that feels good for you, Andrea. All right. Let's see. Right. Astrology happenings. Would love a message about September for me. I'm feeling a focus on love for you, astrology happening in September. I don't know if there's a relationship already now that's a bit of a reconnection, or like spending time with family, that kind of love, or if possibly new love's on the horizon for you. I'll just say just a couple cards that I threw. I do feel like things have maybe been a bit hard for you. We have the Devil coming out first here, which can, sometimes be toxic environments or ones that aren't serving you. But I'm getting the Eight of Cups. So this is letting go, leaving that in the past, and heading into a new direction, letting go of the things that aren't serving you. I do get a bit of maybe feeling stuck and doing some soul searching right now, but I do feel, and I don't know if this is exactly September or if it's, not far off, but I feel like there's movement coming in with, again, luck changing and getting a lot better, a new cycle. And then the Sun, so happiness, and this could be a connection here too. And then wishes being fulfilled. So it feels like you're kind of moving past something that's no longer serving you. And Spirit's just saying to trust them to guide you onto the path. And this new path that comes in feels really good. It feels like the wishes are fulfilled. There's a lot of success and happiness.
Interestingly, I pulled this card again. It's usually a tip that this is for everybody. Remembering to take care of your needs. So the Wolf Spirit. And I feel like this also kind of might have applied in the last one. this, the wolf is all about the pack, so all about the family, not necessarily biological. This could also be soul family. So making that, what do you need in terms of others and from others? I got the Raven Spirit, which is about truth. So I almost feel like, the Raven is the spiritual messenger in a way. So I feel like that there's knowledge and information that will be coming to you to help you grow and determine what you need. This card's also about that you're really good at figuring out if someone's telling the truth or not. But then when it comes to your own truth, it's really difficult. So really kind of doing that inner work. Again, I feel like this is kind of the process leading up to some September, like Kevin said. So transformation. So what you've been going through, what you will continue to go through, along with the message, is going to let you just really kind of blossom or come out of your cocoon. And ultimately just enjoying what comes to you. So wondrous universe, walking in beauty, no limitations, letting go of old belief systems, old relationships, and just living the life that you're meant to.
Yeah, I love that. And when you were talking about the wolf and the winter card too, if you think of it as like times of the year, winter's all about, it's kind of like death and endings, but it's also an opportunity for that transformation, for that rebirth too. So I think that kind of really kind of syncs up what both of us were feeling.
Right.
She said that she has I'm sorry.
And that was I also pulled this one again too. So this is the acknowledgement that the healing process, you're going through healing. So.
I feel like that's a universal message for the group since it keeps coming up for us.
I know.
Hopefully that resonates with everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It was two of the same cards.
Yeah. I hope that resonates. All right. Yeah. Patty Fitzgerald wants to know, will my mammogram be okay? I'm feeling yes. It does feel like there's a bit of anxiousness with it, though. Like my gut feels like it's a little anxious, but I feel yes. That's interesting. I threw cards and with the Queen of Swords, this is like strength and truth, cutting down to the truth of the matter. Like I said, it does feel like there's, with the moon, it feels like there's some mystery to it, or things are a little cloudy at first, but then it's interesting at the moon and then the sun. So the sun's like, yes, it's going to be okay. There's success with it.
So the first card I got was the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. I'm not a doctor. I will say that a really important aspect of this will be, before then, really taking a close look at any anger that you might be holding in your body, specifically breasts, which has to do with anger surrounding either childbearing or mother relationships. So that's kind of where I'm being directed. If you're clear of that and you don't hold any type of anger surrounding those, you can walk in perfectly okay. If you are, this is the time to be doing that. And I think the Akashic Records there could be a little bit of past life influence in this somehow, some way. It would take a little bit more information from you in order to go that direction. But just knowing that you're protected, that you have been through a lot. This is the oak tree with the lightning. Oaks transmute lightning, or they can. So just know that if you do have this anger, it's because you have been through a lot, but you can turn this around and turn it into love and letting yourself being loved. So really focusing on, working on loving yourself, loving others, releasing any type of things, forgiving and forgiveness, and ultimately, yes, your mammogram will be okay. So,
all right. I hope that helps, Patty. We're going right through these questions.
I know.
Dad, 2021. I fractured my leg in March skiing, and then 3 weeks later broke my wrist falling out of bed. Good grief. Do you see a good recovery? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's rough. So sorry, Deb.
Can I ask you what leg, what wrist, which of those? Well, left or right? I'm just curious. And if not, that's okay. Right leg, left wrist. Okay.
Feels like it's all off balance, with the leg and then the arm. And I do get the healing card. It does feel like I get that it's a bit tough, but I do think that, in the long haul, you have the security here. But we have the Temperance Angel, which is all about healing, coming to balance, and now being a time for rest. So, it's not a super active time. But I do feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, she's holding good health and a good outcome for you, Deb. Feels like it's a little tough for a while, though.
Ultimately, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I always come from the perspective of our accidents are never accidents. They do happen for a reason. Even though it seems some really cruel, and I used to be on ski patrol, and I can imagine how awful that must have been. The question is why are you, obviously you have the cast and everything else, but why is your spirit team slowing you down? And what are they trying to get you to see? So it's not saying that you won't heal if you don't figure that out, but there's a reason why that they happened. So just really taking this time as you're healing to kind of think about, what am I missing? What am I not paying attention to? The first card I pulled was Storm Spirit, Chaos. So obviously you've kind of weathered the storm and been through that. So this is just acknowledging that, yes, it was painful, everything else, but the clouds are clearing. You can move on and release that. The snake card, the State Guardian, kind of came up, which is all about shedding old skin. So this is kind of where I was going with the spirit guides. Like, what are they asking you to release, especially in this time right now where our guides are like, there's no time to put this off, do this work right now. So that's kind of what I'm getting in terms of that. And then Arcturian light codes, recalling your power and future thinking. So again, this could be about what type of future could you ultimately put forward if you were to do this work? So
Yeah.
I don't like putting so much responsibility on people with their health. But
Yeah, and it feels like the last few, like a lot of the questions tonight are health related, which is a little bit different.
Yeah. It's just about figuring out what those messages are. Because we have the power.
Yeah, and she said, yeah, it slowed me down and has made me rethink my relationship with the guy and life in general. Yeah, and like I said, I got that Four of Swords, which is retreat, but it's also kind of going within and like kind of reevaluating things. So this rest may actually be a really good thing for you in the long run to help you let go of the things that are no longer serving you and to really put you on that right path, kind of slow things down for you.
I mean, in the simplest terms, the right leg means I have a feeling in terms of the relationship, you're not moving forward in the relationship. So that's what's kind of holding you back. The left wrist is all about that you're kind of out of touch with the past. So what about this relationship in the past have you not been looking at or choosing not to look at? So I think this is ultimately what you're already doing, and is why what your spirit team's like, hey, pay attention. So that's great.
All right. Sorry to hear that again though, Dad. That's tough.
Yeah. Ski accidents are the worst.
I've never skied before. I'm not very coordinated. I don't think I would do very good at it. I'd be rolling down the mountain and it would be like a giant snowball like in the cartoon.
Yeah. It's just not a place to have accidents, really.
All right. Non-medical question. Richie, may I have any message from my spirit team, please and thank you?
Hello, Richie.
Oh, this is interesting. All right, Richie. What I'm getting for you is speaking up. So this feels like maybe holding on to something that you feel like you haven't been able to work past, or really expressing yourself. Maybe this could be getting on the same terms with a relationship in your life, but speaking your truth. Spirit's saying right now that look for the synchronicities in life. It's saying to allow magic to unfold as synchronicity events lead you in a new direction. So this may be, you may be seeing signs. I know for myself, it's like the last couple months, I've been seeing 1111 twice every day. And yeah, like it's when we have the synchronicities, those repeating, numbers or signs, whatever it is, to really take notice of that. What am I thinking in this moment? What do I feel like my guides are trying to get through to me? And it feels like you're heading into a really positive, shining future. You have the shooting star, so it feels like a really wonderful opportunity coming your way. The message is you are a shooting star. You're about to step into your fullest potential. So, and I think with the synchronicities too, that's just spirit really validating that you're on the right path, and things are starting to shift. But I do feel like there's maybe something a little repressed that needs to be communicated, needs to be said for you to start this new opportunity that's coming
in. Yeah. So I know a little bit about Richie. So,
Okay.
but I will not give away all your secrets, Richie. So, the search for the Holy Grail, that's what you've been doing. All about inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. This is harnessing and acknowledging and stepping into the power that you have. It might take a little time, stepping back to retreat and recharge and kind of rethink which direction and how you want to go about it. Not rethink, but just taking time to like ground. Sometimes we get so it can be overwhelming. So this is, I think, feeling like just one step at a time will kind of lead you to the grail is what the overall sense is. You need to focus. So really prioritizing, I think it's, we have all these interests and ideas about who we are and what we can do and our abilities, but it's just taking that one first step is, sometimes that's all that it takes for your guides to just step in and show you it's like you do this, we'll do the rest. And ultimately, if you continue on and you focus, you ground, it's your guaranteed success. So there's no reason to hold back and to move forward.
And as you were kind of saying too, and I was kind of reflecting on my cards as you were talking, like that shooting star, like really understanding your potential and that you are this bright, shining light, that, going in with that confidence too, not to doubt yourself.
Yeah. I like that. You are what you seek.
Well, that sounds like some wonderful messages, Richie. Earth Mama, I'm. This one's really not a real question, but it kind of came through it on the chat. She says, my niece sees cardinals and feels my mother's presence. Yeah, and I do feel like that's. I was getting a yes with that to validate that. My grandma sends me cardinals and just all these wonderful birds, but especially cardinals. So.
Especially with kids, if that's their intuition, trust it. 100%.
Yeah, they're very intuitive.
Yeah, if she says that's grandma, it's grandma.
All right, Judith. Are my in-laws going to sell their home and move into assisted living in the next year? I'm feeling not quite yet. I don't think within the next year. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm getting maybe within 2 years. It doesn't feel like it's quite. I have the Two of Swords, which is kind of doing some soul searching, kind of feeling a little stuck, trying to find the right path. It's like there's still some review and evaluating, I think, on this, and the energy doesn't feel like it's quite balanced enough at the moment for this. It feels like it's still off a little bit. And it could be too with the Two of Pentacles, like the finances not being quite right for this just yet. The Lovers, so their relationship, that their connection together is so strong. Yeah, and I'm getting the Ten of Swords, which would be a no. But I get 2-2, so maybe within the next 2 years. It doesn't feel quite right. It's not really resonating the most strongly with me for the next year. It feels like things are a little off with it still.
So my sense is not. I feel like in terms of your spirit team, they're turning it back on you.
Mm.
So why are you asking the question? And this came up, the hunter, which is tracking down your fears and desires. So I think it's ultimately asking, where in this question do you figure in, and is this is this a worry, is this a concern, or is this like a celebration? But really where this question is coming from, it could be your partner. But just taking a look at that, there is the acknowledgement, however, they are protected by angels. So it's almost like a kind of the sense that they are protected. They'll do what they need to do in order to best move forward. So almost like you don't need to worry. Because I feel like, and this card came up again. That there's a lot of healing going on around you and within you. And so I don't know if any wounds regarding your in-laws are contributing to the question and everything else, but just knowing that everything's being taken care of and that they are protected. So it's almost like, don't stress about this. Because ultimately you're in a time of transformation. This is the spring, the spirit guardian of spring, which is all about activation. So it's almost like, don't get too distracted by this, make this about, your journey. And don't forget that, we have a lot to do and there's a lot waiting for you in terms of wonders. Purple crystal, all about spirituality. So just really I don't know if this is stress. I feel like that might be based on what the cards are saying and just everything else. Don't give into it. Just focus on you right now, healing and everything else, and trusting the process.
All right, Judith. Annie Bear, no, questions aren't closed. I don't do anything in a particular order. I just kind of pull questions that I'm drawn to or that spirit pulls up for me. So you can keep sending questions. We'll probably be good for another 10, 15 minutes. Does that work for you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Seascape just posted a question that was kind of resonating with me since we both kind of do some healing work. She says, how do you know what healing modality one needs? I don't think it's quite that simple. I would say, for you, like, what do you feel drawn to? Whether that's if you're looking to be the healer, or what's calling to you if you're the one who needed the healing. Because there's so many different and wonderful different modalities. So I always tell people, pick the one that really resonates with you, that feels really good, that feels really strong, and whatever context. If it's looking for to help other people and be of service to other people and help them with their healing, or if it's even for your own.
I'm always nudged with questions like this to acknowledge that we can do our own healing. So that's first and foremost. And a lot of the modalities out there, there are healers, but then there's also people that just facilitate the healing by what they do. So that kind of, it's like, it is whatever resonates with you, but it's also not going to extremes of, this didn't work, so I'm going to try this and this and this and this, making sure that you focus on one and you do, put 100% into it. Because I have personally worked with people who, I'm just one on their list of acupuncturists, energy workers, everything else, and they're just trying to find that perfect fix, and it never really works just because they're trying to find the next best thing. So just making sure that you commit to a healing if you're going to do it.
I agree. And I'll say with that though too, I think that that's a really good point. If you're just kind of looking for like the one and done, so oftentimes, at least for the Reiki, and I'm sure it goes with other healing, we have to, the Reiki is assisting us on our healing journey. So it's not actually me doing the healing. It's that universal Reiki energy when I'm sending it to you, and it's really assisting you. But the work really lies with you too. So not necessarily being dependent on somebody else, but really having that focus and that goal to heal. And sometimes you'll find too that, and I feel like this with psychics too, there's some psychics or healers that maybe you don't resonate the strongest with, and that's okay. Don't give up on one modality just because of one experience too. Because you could have another experience and it would be really wonderful. So
doing research really important.
But I would say, you have free will to make those decisions and to really follow your gut and what feels really good and really what resonates with you and your soul. All right. Delta Dawn's Flowers. I like that name. My first grandchild is due 11/11. Oh, that's awesome. That's special. What can I do to help her with her life path?
With that birthday, I don't think she's going to need much. That's what I heard.
Well, that's the due date too. So I love that. That's awesome. I do feel like just what came to me really strong was like a mentor. So really kind of taking her under your wing and being that role model and instilling that wisdom that you've learned through all of your experiences and really sharing that with her. Well, I said her. It could be a him too. I don't know. So maybe I just predicted something right there.
I was thinking her too. So,
well, I'm sure by now they would. It's already middle of August, so I don't know. Her just came out, so I could be wrong with that, but I don't know. That feels kind of good to me too. Oh, and I have the spiritual teacher here for her, for you to be that spiritual teacher for her. So that kind of goes along with that mentorship and really helping to guide and give your wisdom. I have the entrepreneur here, so there could be maybe helping her to find, or him, what they're very passionate about and being that role model and support for them to really encourage them to go after their dreams. But I get rejoicing and generosity, so it just feels like it's a really wonderful time and a really wonderful relationship, a really strong connection. So
right off the bat, I think it's not going to all be you helping her. I think there's, and I'm saying her too, or him. But the acknowledgement that spirit, we choose our families. So there's a reason why she's coming into yours. And I think that if you already are concerned about how you're going to help her, that connection is there, like Kevin said. Wandering path, just enjoy the journey. So it's like, don't set up too many expectations. I have a feeling, and this is with a lot of the generations that are coming in now, she's going to be pretty grounded and pretty aware. Because the first card I got was a high priest, all about intention and creation. So I think this is talking about him, that this is he's going to be a powerful force, and that there is this aspect of your relationship that you will bring peace to each other, and have a dual relationship. And I think that's the balance of, you're going to be her teacher as much. I'll just go with her, and as much as she'll be yours.
It's a girl.
It has to be. It's
actually, after rereading the question, it says, how can I help her with her life path?
Okay, so it wasn't.
but I was feeling Like I said, it felt good with a female.
Yeah.
She's coming in.
And this is a really powerful card. This is the Earth Star Activation energy, which is about anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. I just have a sense she's going to be a force in some way, because these are all powerful just cards for you and for her. So I think it's going to be the type of relationship. Grandmothers are really popular in terms of becoming a spirit guide on the earth plane after they pass. So I think you're definitely going to have a connection beyond the physical too, if not already.
I agree with that. It feels like a strong connection, and probably very many past lives together.
Yeah.
Oh, she says, I'm so excited. So happy for you both again. All right. Let's do 2 more, and then we can end. Are you fine with doing a message for the collective group?
Sure.
We will probably get the wolf card, the winner card, and
the crystal skull. Put your needs first. Healings all around.
Debbie Joyce, love and light. May I have a message from my guides, please, and thank you. We're going to have to end with Sterling Rose's question. She says she's on baby watch.
And just being born tonight.
Oh, interesting. Debbie, what I'm getting for you, we have the attachment card here, and that's really maybe feeling a little bit stuck or restricted is the word that just came to me. Feeling very kind of restricted. With like fear or something that's very holding, what's the right word? I can't think of it. Sorry. Like bogging you down. And the message with this is really to work on letting that go, getting out of your own way, kind of going with the flow a little bit more, thinking of you. So a loving thought. Get out of the fear and tap into that love, doing those things that you love or the people that you love, those happy memories. Trying to kind of shift that. And I feel like you're kind of right on the precipice of something coming through, like getting that aha moment. Something's revealed to you. And it's interesting too, because I have the links here and it's a keeper of secrets. So this could be something that maybe you're unsure of, and there's some insight coming in with this. The message with the links is to take time out of the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see other secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. And I love that for you. It feels like I kind of get like the high priestess energy with this, and then with the dream too. It's like that intuitive flow is kind of, those psychic hits or intuitive feelings or gut feelings that you're getting it's really active right now. So it's like, things are you're starting to see. You're starting to see and get clarity on things that have maybe felt a little, unfocused or a little murky.
Yeah. the first card I got was the Mystic Meadow. So all about, this is about being within a sanctuary, but it's also if you do not have like a sacred space for yourself in some way to, turn within and do that type of work, now is the time to do that. Whatever that would mean to you, but just, a place that you can call your own. Because it's all about intention and ceremony and everything else, and creating a space for yourself. Excuse me. And doubly, you are on the brink of something. So the gateway is to spiritual transformation. You're just right there. It's just letting go of the past and letting with the ship. It's kind of leaving the old you on the shore, and saying goodbye and going on the new adventure. So definitely this is a part about transformation. And the acknowledgement that you are protected, the shield, maiden, guardian, make plans and focus. It's, trusting that you'll be protected, trusting that you can move forward with this, not being afraid to take a leap of faith. And something Spirit always kind of points out to me, that nervousness we feel, we always think that's a bad thing. That's actually the life force energy just, charging us and making us move forward. So if anything, just seeing that as a good sign, even though most of us, including me, when I get nervous to think about things, we want to run the other direction. And just knowing that the heart of Source is with you, the all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. So ultimately, there's no good or bad. If you choose not to take the leap, that's fine. If you do, that's awesome. But no matter what, you are supported and you are loved. So.
I hope that resonates with you, Debbie. I'm just going to pull this up before I get to Sterling Rose's question. I've said it a few times now. I sent my question in so early and it was not read. Very disappointed. I'm sorry that you're disappointed, but I don't do anything in a particular order, as I've said several times now. But like I said too, if we can go in with an open mind, we have 100 people watching us right now, so there's no way we can get to everybody's question in an hour's time. But if we can go in with an open mind and listen to the messages coming through, they're often for our collective group, and you may feel like they resonate with you. So I'm sorry you're disappointed. Come back next time. Hopefully we can get to your question then. All right. Sterling Roses. Hey, Kevin and Jason, on baby watch. Daughter is a centimeter. Is baby Quinny being born tonight? Oh, it's a cute name, Quinn.
I'm just thinking of time zones. What comes?
Right?
Where are you?
I'm going to ask the pendulum. I feel like it's really kind of close. It's either, at the very last few minutes or right over 12, midnight. But I felt yes, but I'm going to ask the pendulum. Yeah, and I'm getting a maybe too with the pendulum. I feel like it's all right. Now I'm second guessing myself. I feel like it's right after. I feel like it's like first thing tomorrow, like maybe like 12:18 in the morning. Like it feels like it's that close.
I think that's kind of why I asked the time zone question, because I think tonight will depend on where you are by an hour or two. So I think that's, now that I'm thinking about why I asked that. I don't know. The cards aren't helping too much.
My pendulum said maybe, and then I felt like no, but at first I felt like yes. So, bye. So
Journey by Moonlight, believe in magic. I think that might. Well, there's also the Success card, Secret Spring. There's also the Earth Guardian. thanking Mother Earth, Gaia. So I think there's a lot of support, and it being a yes, if not, the moon's still up in the morning, so it might be a little after.
Yeah.
But soon.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
And
yeah, obviously
love,
it's soon.
love again.
Oh, love that. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be the. When I'm looking at the date, it feels like it might be the 16th. I don't know. It's gonna be really close one way or another. Timing's not always the easiest for us psychics to pinpoint.
Yeah, especially when it's a spirit coming in.
Yeah.
It's like she might be ready, she might not. Might be a little bit longer. She might have put a lot of eggs in her basket. She might have need to take some out before she gets here. So,
well, congratulations, Sterling Rose.
Yeah.
And thank you, Kanji. I never expect to have my question read. It's a generous gift when they are. Just my 2 cents. I agree. Yeah, I feel like if your question's meant to be answered tonight, Spirit's going to make it work out. I don't appreciate when people kind of have fits like that, though, that, oh, I'm disappointed or my question wasn't read. So, yeah, we're doing this because we enjoy it and we enjoy helping people. And like I said, maybe you could have found, maybe there's a message in somebody else's question tonight. All right. So do we want to ask a message for the collective group?
Absolutely.
Before we end, Jason?
Sure. I will do it.
Yes, let us know when that 20 arrives, Sterling Roses.
It's not the crystal skulls.
Oh, it's not. Okay. What are you getting?
Well, the first one. So. I haven't seen this one too often, actually. It's hard to see. It's the crown chakra upgrade. So everybody gets upgrades. Woohoo! You get an upgrade. You get an upgrade.
Oprah's giving away free upgrades.
And crown chakra. So all about divine connection, holy experience, miraculous energy, and also the sage. Being devoted, committed to your spiritual practice. So I think, especially now, we need to be focused on our spiritual journeys in so many ways, and just the reassurance. And I know if you need some spiritual help, you can ask your guides, can you give me a little crown chakra energy? So that door's always open for people. And
I love that energy with the white dove coming out of the white orb. I see that kind of often. It's one of my symbols I get, where it's really white doves for me is all about spirit and that unconditional love coming through. So often it's birds are messengers of love from loved ones, but also too with that white dove, I'm just getting like a sense of just like releasing all the heaviness, releasing everything that's no longer serving you, and just surrendering it.
Yeah,
that's a powerful card. And maybe this message goes with it a little bit. I pulled a postcard from heaven, and the message is, you are love. And the message that Spirit wants us all to know is, dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? We are here to tell you, we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for Spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means Spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it moving so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences, and know that this is the way you are on Earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts, whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so, so loved. And I love that. It feels like that feels really good with that
Yeah.
crown chakra upgrade. Just, finding the joy or finding those things in life that, feel that inspire you, or allowing yourself to be empty for spirit to show that for you, and
Yeah.
focusing on all of the positive things and the love. And also too, just like letting go and just trusting that spirit has our back, and that they have they have our highest good and highest potential on their mind, and they're just trying to help guide us on that path.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I haven't actually dealt with this card very much, so I did use the cheat sheet. So it's also acknowledging, also acknowledging to remind everyone that we are part of the divine, that we are divine sparks, and that there's no judgment in terms of getting back on or starting your spiritual path. It's never too late. The door's always open. So now's the time.
Yeah, we are all one. We are all love. So
yeah.
And I want to thank you. It's in the music, Diana. Thank you for the super chat. All right, Jason, this was fun. We'll have to do it again sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Please do us a favor. Well, we've been on for an hour and 11 minutes, so there's the one, not 11:11. But please make sure you hit the thumbs up. Please go over to Jason's channel and subscribe if you haven't. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Again, I have all of Jason's information in the description box, his website, that goes over all of everything that he offers and his channel. And then also, if anybody would like a reading or a Reiki session with myself, you can email me at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. Is there anything else anything that you'd like to share before we wrap up, Jason?
I thank you, moderators, for all you do.
Yeah.
You're all so amazing. I saw my information going by, so thank you. Second thing is Kevin Lewis and I are starting a series about just open questions in terms of what's happening, what's going on spiritually, questions about all that. It's open forum. So there are posts on his YouTube community channel and my channel. So if you have burning questions, it's not personal questions, it's more for us as a human experience, global experience. Posting questions, and we might answer your question during one of the shows. So that should be starting soon. Yeah.
And then tomorrow night, Mel will be joining me for politics. I will be on Susan Lynn's channel next week, and Kevin Lewis will be on my show, not this Sunday, but the next one. So, all right, everyone.
We're all rotating.
We're all rotating.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Sending you all a lot of love and blessings. And
good night.
See you real soon. Take care, everyone.